Hey, good morning, everyone. Uh, Paul McMahon here for Smart Trade. It is September 22nd, Tuesday. It is the first day of fall, and we're starting to feel it here in Boston. Last couple of days, we've had to turn the heat on. So let's get started. Our mission here at Forex Smart Trade is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by helping people become financially independent, by teaching them how to currency trade using our super accurate proprietary indicators. And we are so confident in how well the indicators perform and our ability to train you that once you've been trained, we will let you trade with company money. With that, let's get going. Let's start with our disclosure. Trade is for educational purposes only. All information given is speculative and involves risk. This trade should be examined and taken from a personal evaluation. All attendees agree that by watching that any trades he or she takes was of individual influence based on their own personal evaluation of the market. The webinar's intention is to demonstrate a method that can be used to help make an evaluation of the current market. No past, present, or future incomes have been made or relied upon prior to or during this meeting. During this trade, I principally use two different uh, signals. There are a dozen different signals. The signals that I'm going to use is something called the 10-point trade. And then if we have time, we'll do a thick orange line trade. I start with my daily trade routine. It's sort of like a little pilot's checklist. Like to make sure every day that I start that the chart is live and connected. And the reason being is that sometimes I will pull back and look back on things. And when I do, sometimes I'll forget to leave them there. So I know I'm connected to the internet because we're green here. And I know the chart is live because it's green down in the little box here. Second, on my, let's also check our CoinEx. And I see that, are we getting any movement here? Yeah, these numbers are moving, so this is live also. So we're live on both charts. Review of yesterday's trade. This is good habit for you. If you're new, I would suggest that you also take a screenshot when you take a trade, so it helps you remember what you were looking at when you took the trade, so that you can kind of figure out why you misread it, or why the signal was bad. For us, last week we took one trade. On the Tuesday trade, it was a sell for NZD Swiss franc. It didn't close that day, but it closed the subsequent day. I think we took about 8 pips on that. On Thursday, tip-top trade, we took another, looks like we might have taken a, I can't remember what we did, 04 to 94. So it looks like we took a 10 pip trade also on USD Canadian, and it did close that same day. And then this other trade was, I was working with somebody else. So, all right, so we did all right last week. We want to check. We are technical traders. We want to check and see. Technical traders means our indicators are very good at evaluating the price action. That is when the price is going to turn and change direction. And on those direction changes, we will ride the movement and take a few pips up, a few pips down, as the signal tells us. We do not trade on news, which is considered fundamental analysis, where we take a look at what's happening in the world, and based on what's happening in the world, we try to predict how the currency is going to move. Because we are not fundamental analysts, when there are certain news items coming out that may impact a currency, we try to trade around it. We don't want to have open positions when this happens. The way we do that is we go to something called forexfactory.com. This gives us a news feed. On that news feed, it breaks items down into low impact, which is yellow, medium impact, which is orange, and high impact, which is red. So the Fed Chairman Powell is scheduled to testify today. Whenever he talks, that's considered a high impact item. He is going to be talking about Fed policy and COVID. So we may or may not. 10:30 is in 4 hours from now. It's far enough away that we may be able to get a trade in. I'd like to be out of the trade 2 hours beforehand. So based on how strong the signal is, we'll decide whether we want to take a trade on the dollar. And everything else is yellow until New Zealand tonight. I'll be in bed at this time, so I'm not trading the New Zealand dollar. All right, so let's go into our analysis. I start with looking at this composite chart, and I start with looking at the composite chart. No, two more things. If you like this session, we get better at trading by practice and study. The study, we give you instruction, and I'm going to walk you through my analysis. We have lots of sessions where we do live trades, where there are other traders who do their analysis. By watching other people who are good traders trade, you will get better. So we've got a lot of different times you can connect in, whether you're a light and on this yellow schedule, or you're a member on this blue schedule. And then we also have additional paid sessions. So there's lots of opportunity to watch traders trade, ask them questions and get better, take advantage of it. And then we also do on Thursday, we do another live trade, the tip-top referral trade. This is usually done as a bonus for people who have been kind enough to send people our way in terms of providing a referral to kind of give them something back. For now until the end of October, we have opened it up to everyone. So on Thursday at 11:30 Eastern Time, you're welcome to tune in and do another trade. Right now, Phil and I are doing it. Phil will be doing it this week. And Phil has been trading almost 5 years, which is 3 more years, probably a little bit more than 5 years, which is +3 over me. He's an excellent trader. There's always something to learn there through his analysis. So with that, let's take a look. I am going to start with what I call the composite chart. The composite chart has 6 different currency pairs on it: euro dollar, pound dollar, Australian dollar, US Swiss franc, US yen, US Canadian dollar. They're all on a 60-minute chart. I start with the 60-minute chart because primarily I am a single sitter. I go for about 10 pips at a time, and once I get my 30-40 pips a day, I'm out of it. Last night we started with I forget what it was. It was a sell, 10 pip sell. That's already closed. So let's take a look. So that was my first trade of the day. Let's see what we've got today. So I am looking on the 10 pip trade, on the 10-point trade. I start with the majors and minors, and I'm looking for situations where we're either overbought or oversold. And when we're overbought, I am looking for a scenario where the lines are pointed down and double crossed. Right now we are overbought, and everybody's going up. Now, in most cases, I wouldn't trade this because when the market's overbought, I don't know how much more up is in the movement. Now we had strong down pressure until this candle, and then we had this turn here. On this turn, everything shot up. I might, because I'm familiar with the dollar, euro dollar, let's take a look and see if there might be more movement here. So I'm going to look at the full chart. So normally I'm not going to trade when we're overbought like this, but since I am familiar with the dollar and it has been coming down, I'm going to just take a look at it and see if I think there's more of a move here before we move on. So up, the green kinked on my 2-hour chart. Everybody turned here in the middle, started going up. Green is on top. I've got sideways pressure. Sideways pressure is neither up or down, but sideways. Usually when I see sideways pressure, that suggests I'm going to get retracement. The retracement is going to be of one of the previous candles. So if I look over here, I would expect this green candle to retrace this red candle. And if it retraces it, there's about 5 pips, 6 pips there. Again, we get that turn here. We're coming up on the 4-hour, again sideways. Sideways is retracement. Again, about 6 pips here to retrace this. On the day chart, everything, we still got strong down pressure, or reasonably strong down pressure. What would make this stronger if the lines were closer together with red on, and red is on top. So this is, to me, a kind of a strong down signal on the day. And we did get a little bump here, but it wasn't enough to turn it around. On the 30 minutes, I've got up pressure, and we're overbought. On the 5-minute, I have strong up pressure with green on top. And if I look at my clean chart, I have a good distance to the next resistance line. I got about 25 pips, and I've got maybe 2 pips to where it's gotten to today. Because this is kind of a minor support resistance line here. See how it's been bouncing on this line for the last day? I don't want to take a buy because we're going to bump into this and it's going to hold it off a little bit. Based on it bouncing here. So because of that, because we're oversold and we're only a couple pips away from this spot where it's bounced before. 9 pips. I'm going to hold off. So let's see what else we have. But I thought it was worth taking a look at just to see if there was something there. Uh, uh, Pound dollar overbought. Everybody's going up. Australian US dollar overbought. Majors are going up. Minors have started to turn, but we're not going to trade off of a signal on the minors. Dollar Swiss franc, we're still in the channel. Dollar yen, we are oversold, but everybody's still going down. And US Canadian, oversold, everybody's going down. So nothing here. Let's go on to our next group. So on this second composite group, I've got primarily non-US pairs. So whatever is affecting the US, here we saw that everything is strong in whatever direction it's going. Since the US isn't involved here, we may get some different signals. Oversold going down, so no. Overbought going up. All right, here, Euro Canadian. Oversold, everybody is pointing up. The steepness is pretty good here, and I've got the double cross. So I've got 3 points. First point is that it's oversold. Second point is everybody's going up. Third point is I've got the double cross. So now I'm going to look to my TNTs, and I want to see how many lines are pointing in the direction that's consistent with what we're seeing on the majors and minors. I've got the thick orange going up. I've got the thin orange going up, so that's 2. I've got the dotted blue going down. Blue signals inversely related, so once blue's going down, that means up. So I got 3 of the 4. The thick blue is usually the last guy to turn. He's kinked, but he hasn't started coming down. So I got 3 out of 4. I need a minimum of 3 out of 4. And then I am going to look to my majors and minors. I've got down pressure with red on top. So I don't have a point here. I could get a point with if the pressure was up or if green had crossed over. Green is about to cross over, but it's not quite there yet. So one of the keys to being a good trader is getting that high consistency, being able to win 8 or 9 out of 10 of your trades. I am at, I don't know, about 82, 83% in terms of my consistency. I'm still not quite at the 90. And to get that high consistency, I want all of the indicators to tell me what they're supposed to tell me. And I don't want to predict the predictors. That's a kind of a big mistake for new traders, is that you anticipate what's going to happen versus waiting till it happens. So you only need 3 or 4 good trades a day to be able to make good money at this. So let's be patient and wait. So I don't have the signal here, even though I've got this is a good setup here. This is a good setup. This is close to turning, but hasn't turned yet. Australian, New Zealand, we're just getting to the end of the channel. New Zealand dollar, as with the other dollar items, this is still shooting up. Actually, on this signal, we may come back and take a thick orange line trade. If you'll see, we're at -2. So I'm looking for this to be either 0 or -100 or within 10 points of either. -2 is within, and I got all the lines up here. So this might be good for a 5-pip sell. I was at -2 last hour, but you'll see the lines weren't well above the blue. So it wasn't a good signal then. Now it is. It's ripe to come back a little bit. On Euro, Australian dollar, I'm oversold, but everybody's still kind of going down. The minors are starting to turn, but nothing there. Let's go on to our third set of majors. over Australian Canadian overbought, still going up. Swiss franc yen in the middle of the channel, euro yen in the middle of the channel. This is euro Swiss franc is beyond halfway, so I'm going to pass. This is about halfway. We got the two orange lines going down. Thick blue going up. The thick blue coming down. So I've got 3 out of the 4. I've got green on top with it starting to go sideways. Let's take a look at the full chart. So I don't think I've traded the euro yen. So I'm just going to open up New Zealand Swiss franc and just turn that over. Now I like to look at the full chart. The way I've got my full chart set up is I've got 6 charts plus a clean chart. Company recommends, and what did we want? We wanted, was it the euro yen? Euro. I remember that right if I don't write it down. Euro yen, yeah. And I'm going to save this as euro yen. Euro JPY. I put the little D there so I know it's daylight savings time. So I've got the up. I've got the 7 points here on the 30-minute. I'm going up through the channel. I've got up pressure on the 5-minute. I've got up pressure with red on top. I'm overbought, and I've been overbought for a while. 2 hour. This is a buy setup. But I've got strong down pressure. Green is about to cross over. On the 4 hour, I've got down and sideways. Sideways suggests retracement. If I were to retrace on this 4 hour, that's 16 pips there. I have got very strong down pressure. Why is this very strong? Because it's very steep, but green just crossed over. Generally, when I see green cross over, that is telling me I am going to see a green candle coming up. Minors going up, majors going down. Let's take a look at where our support and resistance is. And I'm going to crunch it up so I can kind of see it a little bit better. And I am going to draw in some support and resistance lines. So I'm looking at lines, spots where it seems to stop naturally. So I've got some stopping in here, right in here, right in here. Right in here, right in here, right in here. Let's go one underneath. Right here, right in here, right over here. Let's go one more above. Right in here, here, here. Now we are trading into a downtrend. for the last 2 weeks. Reason I want to know the trend is I want to trade with the trend. I'm going to take, if I'm trading against the trend, I'm going to take less pips than if I'm trading with the trend. So I'm trading into a downtrend, and we're taking a buy, and we are sitting right below this resistance line. I don't want to take a buy when I'm sitting on a resistance line because it needs to break this resistance line. So even though I've got the buy signal, I am going to hold off because I'm sitting right on this resistance line, and I'm afraid it's going to bump into this. If it breaks through this, I could take a pending sell, a pending buy, but I don't trade the euro yen enough to want to do that. So I am looking for the setup where it tells me everything is a go here. So we've got about 3 minutes left. Let's go back and see if we see a thick orange line trade. Thick orange line trade, I am looking for a 0 or minus 100. So I'm using a different signal now. We didn't find anything on the 10-point signal. So, and that happens sometimes. And again, the trick is to be patient and wait. Wait till you see the right signal. So I'm looking for a 0 or minus 100, or within 10 points of either end. I've got the 0, minus 4, which is within 10 points of 0 here. But these aren't far enough through into overbought territory. I really want to see this red line up about here. Minus 22 is no. 0, yes. All 4 lines up here, yes. So we have a good signal here. Minus 75, no. Minus 98. US yen. So this is a buy. Minus 100. All 4 lines down. US Canadian. I actually like, we're only going to take one. And I'm looking to see which one I like the best. I'm going to go with the U.S. Canadian. The reason I'm going to go with the U.S. Canadian is because it is coming up to morning time for these, and we're likely to get more movement on the morning. So let's go here. U.S. Canadian right here. New order to figure out. I'm going to check to make sure my right symbol, my volume. I am going to convert it to. I want to, based on an $8,200 account. This is a demo account. I'm going to move the decimal place over 4 places. So I'm going to make my volume 0.82. Market execution. That was a buy. And now I am going to click anywhere along the line where the trade is recorded. If I right click, it pulls up this menu. It allows me to modify. I am going to, this trade is always good for 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. And based on the success rate of this, which is over 90, we're going to put a 4 times stop loss on it. If I click the little red button here, it does the math. Click the little blue button here, it does the math and enters it in. Because it's such a small profit, I want to just make sure I get my full 5 pips. So if I'm at 0.32987, if I add 5 to this, I'm going to go to 0.33037. 0.37037. I'm going to pop it in, and we will wait and see what happens. Now, if we want to take another one of these trades, oh, it just clicked. We just went over the hour. Ideally, I want this to bounce 10 bounce by 10. We're at minus 100. It bounced 7. Actually, I'd like to see it bounce a little bit more. But my experience has been that this is good. Let's just take a look and see. Minus 98, minus 87. So this one bounced 10. If we want to go ahead and take the U.S. yen, let's go ahead and take one more. We got that 10-point bounce on there. So file, new chart, U.S. yen. I use a template because I don't like this layout. I am going to put in a new order. Buy for 5 pips. Four times whatever my take profit is. I'm going to put 4 times as my stop loss. I click the little buttons. It does the math, and I just want to make sure I get my full 5 pips. On the yen, the decimal place is the second from the far right. So if I want to get 5, I'm going to go 104.48 to 0.53. 534. Well, that's close enough. I'm going to leave it. And we will wait. So today we took 2 trades and 2 buys using the thick orange line trade. Any questions? Does the divergence or convergence of the pressure matter? Yes, on the 10-point trade it does. On the thick orange line, it's such a fast and quick trade, I'm not going to pay attention to the pressure. But if the lines are converging or diverging, that impacts the strength of the signal. So when they're diverging, the signal is weakening. When they're converging, coming together, the signal is strengthening. Come back Thursday and we'll talk a little bit. We'll try to talk a little bit more about that. Any other questions? All right, great gang. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.